Alright, so that sky, light. Go to the middle of the atmosphere, pretty dark. That dark circle, the middle of it, center of the atmosphere. Point your dot at it, you're at the center of gravity. Pretty simple. You're centered with the ground. Now what I like to do is pull out my landing gear to slow me down. You can do that, that's optional, you don't have to. It's just to slow you down. But you don't want to, keep it during the backwards flight, okay? So what you can do is, tap your brakes, but I don't like doing that. So I'm just gonna recoup, right? And I'm gonna hold the brake, right? And just tap the thruster every second or so. That helps, but you do not want to hold your brake here. You hold your brake here, you're gonna flip. Your engine's gonna turn off, you're screwed. I don't like using my thruster at all. I'm not sure about other people, but I don't use the thruster. I do tap the brake a little though. So that's optional. You can use the brakes, but I like pressing brakes too. Just tap. Now you try to stay and go down as long as you can without flipping. Just keep on going down, use LB and RB to counteract flipping, and use your left stick up and down to counteract flipping vertically. So now that we know how to initiate backwards flight, we're going to show you how to do a backwards knife flight and hold it and maintain it. So what I do here is I'll hold RB or R1 to once or twice to tilt my jet to the left, right here, and then hold left button or L1 to hold the knife flight. But right here I didn't hold it right. What did I do wrong? You need to use your left stick to manipulate your jet and it's tilting. You gotta make sure your jet engine always stays down so you can keep your jet going backwards. Same process, RB, hold left button, and now I'm gonna tilt my left stick diagonally to the right and mess with it. Just mess with the controls, but you wanna mess with the left stick a bit. And just practice that. Just practice doing one knife flight and just trying to keep it going towards the ground. So we use the back of our plane to go backwards. We're going to show a different alternate way of flying backwards, and that's at the belly of your plane. So same process, tap RB a couple times, hold left button. Now instead of doing it diagonally right, downward right, we're going to do diagonally upward left. And this one's a little less forgiving when you're holding left button, so you may need to tap it a little bit more. You need to use your right button and left button a lot more to make sure you're maintaining this knife flight. And also this way of flying backwards is better for landing backwards as well. You can't always use the left or right side only, you have to use both, because in the next couple of minutes you're gonna see that you need to use both to be successful in backwards flying. Now, when you want to use the back of your jet, it's the opposite. You want to do it downward left, diagonally, and then if you want to do it with the belly of your plane, you go upward right, diagonally. Now we're going to talk about switching left bumpers and right bumpers, right? When you need to do this if you want to maintain a backwards flight, because you're going to need speed, and to get speed you need to go downward. And you can't always knife flight the whole thing. You have to go vertically down like that. And right here, I hold left button the entire time and I flip. Why did I flip? Because I was holding left button. You gotta switch your buttons up. That's a big learning curve that you gotta overcome, is switching the controls and having to manipulate your jet. Alright, so right here I'm gonna hold left button, and then when I hit right knife flight, I'm holding the right button. And when I go left, I'm holding the left button. I switch my buttons up, and you also gotta switch your analog stick controls up, because it's the opposite too. Now that we got left buttons, right buttons, and the left analog stick down a little bit more, I'd recommend going high up on the sky for this practice method you can do. And do a knife flight, and depending on which direction you go, I'm going to go right, so hit your left stick to the right, and you're going to go horizontal like this. Now when you go horizontal, I'll show you what to do next, but the more you do this, the more fluid it will get, and the better you learn the controls. So, again, I'm gonna go right, so I'm gonna rotate my stick to the right, and then I'm gonna hit up on the left analog stick to go back vertically down. And you can literally just fly backwards like this. You can keep on flying backwards. It's pretty cool because you keep on getting momentum by going vertically straight down. Now, you can also use the back of your jet. It's a bit tougher. The best thing I would say is to, depending on your direction, hit left or right on your left stick and then rotate it downward with your left analog stick. And you don't have to do this, but it's good to know the controls of using the belly of your plane and the back side of your jet. If you guys are still confused, I'll put a video in the description of another video of flying backwards, a tutorial. I do this video not to copy people, not to steal ideas, but to bring insight and different philosophies and knowledge to anybody who wants to learn to fly backwards.